A record-tying 3 hurricanes have slammed into Florida this year: Francine, Helene, and now Milton. This latest system made landfall as a Category 3 hurricane a little over 2 hours ago in Siesta Key, that's 50 miles south of St. Petersburg. We're taking a live look from St. Pete right now, where you can see there's some rain coming down. You see those palm trees blowing in the wind.
The National Weather Service reports Milton has already dropped 10 to 14 inches of rain in some areas. It's a type of rain that's so rare, it has a 1 in 1,000 chance in any given year. Meanwhile, there are multiple fatalities in St. Lucie County, Florida, from a tornado outbreak earlier in the day. And as of tonight, Milton has knocked out power for more than 1.6 million people in the state.
Whew. All right, Kathy, I know you've been tracking this all day and finally made landfall. What are you seeing from the Weather Center?
This is a fast-moving storm, but it also grew as it kind of lost a little bit of strength from a Cat 5 to a Cat 3. It's still going strong. We're still seeing surge come onshore in the middle of the night, and it's just the heavy flooding rainfall has really been amazing as we've seen these pictures coming in. I think at Sarasota, we've had a peak wind gust of 114 miles per hour. The surge in Sarasota was 10 feet. There's a flash flood emergency in the Tampa area simply because they've seen about 18 inches of rain, and there's more rain coming in. So flash flood emergency there. And we're still seeing that counterclockwise flow bring these bands in off the ocean onshore. It's moving, but I think everybody would like it to move a little bit quicker and get inland. It's still going to create quite the flood threat. We are at a Category 2 now with winds to 105. It'll go to Cat 1 and then become a problem from Jacksonville down to the Miami area tomorrow. So Futurecast shows how quickly it rolls away, but the damage done with heavy flooding rainfall on top of that storm surge, power could be out for weeks. Back here in Colorado, we've had a mild, hazy, and dry day, but changes in the extended forecast, and I'll detail the timing and impact of that coming up.
Tonight, we've learned Commerce City police have arrested a man accused in a hit-and-run crash that killed a teenager and sent 3 of his family members to the hospital. 20-year-old Eric Hernandez is now in custody.
Emiliano Malpica's loved ones held a vigil tonight to honor his memory. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch is there now. Janelle, you spoke with his family tonight.
Tonight, Emiliano's loved ones are just wrapping up a vigil where they took a place of pain and filled it with life, music, and song. They now know who's responsible for his death, and they say that that does give them some peace of mind, but it doesn't waver them from their pursuit of justice. The vigil included blue balloons, music, and candles at the corner of 58th and Holly, where 18-year-old Emiliano Malpica Medina was killed Sunday night. His friends and family celebrated his young life cut short. Emiliano was the middle child of 7 siblings. His older sister Carla says he got along with everyone and had a joyful spirit. She says she's still processing life without him.
The only way I could cry is like when I'm alone. I feel like that's the time I remember him not being with me, because whenever I'm around people, they make me feel like he's still with us. I'm not gonna see him. I'm not gonna have that person to change my mood anymore, to annoy me. It's hard.
City police say Emiliano and his family had the right of way when the other car crashed into them. Tonight, Carla's parents and brother are still in the hospital. Police say the driver, Hernandez, got out of his vehicle at the scene and then fled the scene in another vehicle. Commerce City police have not yet said what he's been charged with or if others will be charged as well. Live in Commerce City, Janelle Finch, 9 News.
2 Thornton police officers are recovering after they were hurt in a shooting today.
One was hit by a bullet and the other was hit with shrapnel. 9 News reporter Jaleesa Irizarry is here. Jaleesa, our camera caught the moment they were hit.
Yeah, it happened around 8 this morning. Those officers were responding to reports of gunfire and smoke at a home in a neighborhood off East 168th Avenue, just east of I-25. A 9 News field crew was there when a man came out of the home and opened fire. And a warning, their video may be difficult to watch. Thornton police say one officer was shot in the shoulder. That person is still in the hospital tonight, but expected to recover. The other was hit with glass and shrapnel and was released earlier today.
While our officers are exposed to difficult situations daily, today we were far too close to losing one of our own officers, and I'm thankful that these officers who were injured are now safe and expected to recover.
Investigators say officers fired back before the man went back inside the house. They believe he was hit. Not long after, SWAT officers went inside the home and found him dead. That man was the only person inside the home at the time. Police have not released his name. We're going to continue to follow up this story and keep you updated. Jaleesa Rosari, 9 News.
The Adams County Sheriff's Office is mourning the loss of one of their own. Deputy Joshua Tapia was on foot when he was hit by a car on Highway 52 in Fort Lupton last night. The driver stopped to help him and called 911, but Tapia died at the hospital. He was off duty when he was hit. He worked for the Sheriff's Office for over a quarter of a century. The agency is remembering him as a cherished husband, father, and friend.
This week, former President Donald Trump will visit Aurora. Trump is holding his rally at the luxury Gaylord Rockies Resort, several hundred feet inside the far northern edge of Aurora city limits. It is much closer to Denver International Airport, really, than it is to part of the city that he's criticized the most, calling a war zone. It's about 11 miles away. We learned today there are no more tickets available to attend the rally. Doors open at 11, and Trump is scheduled to speak at 1 on Friday. Now, the Trouble apartment complex in Aurora that has led former President Trump to hold a rally in the city on Friday is under new control and may not be shut down by the city after all. A court-appointed caretaker is now in charge of several buildings after the bank says an out-of-state landlord had been defaulting on millions of dollars in loans. Well, earlier this month, the city threatened legal action against CBZ Management, which owns several properties in Aurora. The city cited increased criminal activity, a history of code violations, and an all-around lack of on-site property managers. CBZ claims it was forced to abandon their properties after the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua took over. New court filings allege CBZ used their apartments as collateral for millions of dollars in loans, which are now in default. As a result, 2 of those apartment complexes have been placed into a receivership. That means a third party will take over the properties and help the bank recover the loan money. An Aurora spokesperson says it's a, quote, welcome development, so much so the city is backing off its threat to shut down CBZ properties. One of the properties, the edge of Lowry, is the site of a now viral video of armed men breaking into an apartment. City leaders say Tren de Agua's presence in Aurora is small, but that CBZ's properties were significantly impacted by the gang activity. Trump exaggerated those claims in recent weeks, saying that Aurora has become, quote, a war zone.
The city of Denver is talking about repurposing an old school building. The idea is turn it into a short-term migrant shelter. The city is pursuing a lease with DPS to use the Remington site on Pecos Street. That elementary school closed in 2008. The city has closed all of its short-term sites. It says there's no reason to believe the situation will change, but is preparing for another search just in case.